right, what's going on, everybody? So today, right now, we're gonna be talking about some baby doge stuff. We got a lot of good stuff going on right now inside the project, so we're gonna talk about what's gonna be happening very soon. Anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none is financial advice, but let's get straight into it. So as you can see right now, we are at 8Z2195. We have went down pretty low. We're going to go over the full technical analysis at the end of the video, but first we can talk about some of the news that we got happening inside of the baby doge right now. So they say that the bridge is about to happen soon. So they said we are about to bridge over to Solana for the first time. Now they're not just talking, and I'll show you in a second why they're not just talking. But remember, they're also releasing the Baby Doge wallet pretty soon. And then not only that, they got a lot of other stuff going on. And this is kind of interesting because when you look at the Baby Doge wallet, it shows Bitcoin at $26,000. That means that they've pretty much had the Baby Doge wallet almost made since Bitcoin was cheap. And remember, Bitcoin has not been $26,000 for a pretty long time. And if you actually look at it in the last year, $26,000 Bitcoin was over a year ago. So they've been making this wallet for a pretty long time. And the last time it was at 26,000 was around March of 2023. So they've had this not finished, but they've had the works of Baby Doge wallet pretty much done inside of March 2023. So that's pretty interesting to see. And it's obvious, they've been waiting since then to release this. And I think the same thing could be true for the Solana bridge. I think they've just been waiting this whole time to put all this stuff out, because the bull run is happening now. So they want to put it out when everything's pumping to give it twice as much of a pump. So it's a smart idea. It's actually a good idea. So yeah, they did pretty good with that. If you think about it, March 2023, they could have put it out, and Baby Doge was just really cheap at that point, though. Like Baby Doge was really, really low. Somewhere around this area here, we got March 2023. So it was still fairly cheap, but it was a little bit more than what we are right now. So, give or take 8Z2300, 8Z2400, 8Z2500. Around that area, they had the works of the wallet done. So we're actually near that same price right now. But now we have the full force of the bull market. But the bull market has not favored Baby Doge whatsoever. And remember, the only way we get stuff pumping is if there's hype for the project. And not only hype, there also has to be some type of promo, like, bigger investors have to be willing to get in on it. Like just people from all spectrums of life, right? Have to be willing to get in on it, because we've seen a lot of random meme coins going crazy. We've seen a lot of stuff going up, but Baby Doge was not one of those. Everything else pretty much went up, but Baby Doge did not really do anything. So it's a little weird. It sucks definitely, but since I've been making these videos talking about Baby Doge, I've always talked about how Baby Doge always lags behind the market. You can look back at my videos. Always talks about how Baby Doge lags behind the market, how we never really pump when Bitcoin's pumping, but all of a sudden when Bitcoin's dropping, you'll see Baby Doge pumping. So it's very, very, very weird. We are down 9.7% for the last 24 hours. It did go up a little bit, but then it kind of went right back down. And there's actually some reasons to why it dropped to the amount that it did, and we're going to talk about that. But I just figured I'd show you guys what's going on with Baby Doge right now. So all that is good. They're also teasing a new listing. I think it's going to be Kraken, because Kraken always does the pirate theme, because Kraken is it's like a underwater beast, or when like a Loch Ness monster or something, right? But they're always doing like pirate type of promo for their stuff, like water and boats and stuff, because it's Kraken. So it just makes sense that the new listing they're talking about on the horizon is Kraken. I don't know about the partnerships though, but hey, maybe it's not Kraken, maybe it is. We'll have to see. So we got that. The Solana bridge is going to be live soon, like they said before. So all we can do is sit back, be patient, wait for that. Like they said, they're about to release. Hey, and they just put this out 3 minutes ago as we're making this video. So hey, this is kind of impromptu right here. So let's go ahead and read this. It says the first Baby Doge BNB to Solana bridge transaction has been successful. Yeah, while I'm making the video. Then it says we will transfer more over shortly and deploy the liquidity soon. Trading will be accessible immediately on Solana, and the bridge will open within the next 24 hours. So you can bridge your own tokens as well. That is huge. So they pretty much have everything finished here. They're just working on the last steps. So in the next 24 hours. So the first BNB, Baby Doge BNB to Solana bridge has already been successful. That's actually pretty big. And the bridge will open within the next 24 hours. They said no, Baby Doge is not currently traded on Solana, so it's not there yet. They did the first, but they did it on their own little test net. And then the contract address will be announced on their main Twitter and other socials. This is the end of this thread. So that means that everything else is a scam. So do not fall for any other scams. Anyways, that's pretty big. We can probably expect to see some type of increase in the price. It's kind of funny because right before I made this video, I looked at this. I was like, oh, wow, this is at a discounted price point. Shout out to the chart prime indicators. Like I told you guys, I use it all the time. Now, this price could go down a little bit more to the Fibonacci at 182100, but there's not much of a price difference. So I decided to buy right at this point, 182190, because like I said, I do trade Baby Doge. I don't just hold, I trade it. So I'm buying here, hoping to ride this up to the premium price point with the this new Solana bridge. It should be able to get up to 182500, 182600. So, it's those are pretty good levels to get to. Pretty good gains from where we are now. So I'll definitely be watching out for that. But yeah, this is pretty big. This is pretty big that they made this announcement while we're making the video. And I probably need to make a live stream. I probably need to do a live stream right now. So we'll probably end up doing a live stream later on today. But like I said, the reason why we did pull back a little bit has a few reasons to it. One is because this right here. Remember, they had to sell for the liquidity for this, and kind of proves that they did, with the transaction they just talked about, because it was one of the steps. So they had to take money out of it. And remember, they were talking about how they were either going to do one of two things: 500,000 into the liquidity for Solana, or they were going to do like 100,000 into that liquidity. Or no, not 100,000, 500,000 or a million, right? And what it's seeming like is that they went with the million. I don't know. It's kind of confusing. So I'll just show you. So this is where all of these transactions lead to. This $459 trillion transaction is actually $1 million. I already did the math. It's $1 million. So they took $1 million. Remember, they said either 500,000 or 1 million. But what confuses me is they took 1 million, right? And then they're like, all right, now we're going to send it all to this wallet. And then from this wallet, we're going to go ahead and send it to two different locations. So one location goes to this wallet, which then goes to Binance. So they sold it, and then they withdrew $500,000 from this wallet. And then the other transaction, the other 500,000 went to this wallet where it's still sitting there currently. So that 500,000 is still inside of this wallet. And then the other 500,000 they withdrew from Binance. So if the 500,000 is still in this wallet and it's just chilling there, that means that they went with the 500,000 option rather than the $1 million option. So they took 500,000, put it to Binance, withdrew it, did something with it, and now that's the liquidity for the Solana bridge. That's what I'm getting from this. So I don't claim to be a genius when it comes to crypto, but that is what I'm getting from this. So they went with the $500,000 option because the other 500,000 is just chilling here, while this 500,000 they withdrew it into their Binance wallet, their Binance account, and got it into cash. And from there, they're probably bridging it. So that's pretty much what went on there, and that's why you've seen some money leave Baby Doge. Some of the liquidity went down as well. So you're just seeing 500,000 leave from Baby Doge, but it doesn't necessarily leave from Baby Doge. We got to be completely honest how things work here with crypto. It goes to the Binance wallet, and then Binance decides whether or not they want to sell that Baby Doge. So the money went in there about, give or take, 30 minutes, probably about an hour ago. And now it's in there, but it never left and went to liquidity or anything like that. So technically they didn't sell. I don't know. It's confusing, isn't it? But technically it's not sold because you see the transaction is right here. The transaction literally went right here. 230 trillion, million, billion, trillion. That's the $500,000. And then that money never left. So that money is now going to be chilling inside of the Binance hot wallet. So now they have an extra 500,000 in this wallet. And then eventually it's going to go from Binance hot wallet 6 to the main wallet where they hold all of their baby Doge, which is Binance hot wallet 20, I believe. So I believe it is. Let's go ahead and pull that up. So Binance hot wallet holders, yeah, Binance hot wallet 20. This is where it usually holds. So eventually they're probably going to take that 500,000 and they're going to send it to this one. But yeah. And as you can see, they sent million, billion, trillion, 4.4 trillion to the other wallet, which is almost nothing for them. So they really don't sell much baby Doge out of this wallet. This is where their reserves is. So if they're going to reserve that 5 million, they might move it or they might just leave it there. But this is where they keep everything. And Binance does not want to sell baby Doge. They see something coming that we do not see. So just going to leave it there at that. But yeah, that's why you've seen, some fluctuations in the prices. But it's actually a good thing that we got all this going on right now. I do think the price is going to continue to go up a little bit from here. That's why I'm buying more now because I did some trades. Like I said before, earlier I had bought around 8Z2200 and then let it go up a little bit and sold it. And now it's going to be doing the same thing. So just kind of letting you guys know what's going on here with the prices. We can also go ahead and look here at the holders. We have been getting more holders recently. So 2 weeks ago, we had 1,868,040 holders. Now we have 1,868,693 holders. So it doesn't look like much, but 600 holders, within 2 weeks. I mean, it's something. It's something. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have for that. Now we can go over the technical analysis here for baby Doge. So good news here with that. And moving on from that, we're going to go over the technical analysis for that. And then we're also going to be looking at Bitcoin. Because as y'all know, Bitcoin went down to 91K. And I got some good news for y'all. Anyways, looking at baby Doge, like I said before, we went down here to this discounted price point. It's looking like we're about to go right back up now. You can see if this right here, if this little candlestick continues to go up and gets above 8Z2260, so the mini resistance, as we can call it, we've been struggling to get ahead of that. If we get above 8Z2260, that will put us right into the high supply demand zone. This is where we have high demand for our supply and demand. So if we break out, we have more demand in this area. That would then put baby Doge in a bullish position, because every single time it gets into this zone, we have mass movements, whether it's to the upside or whether it's to the downside. There's always mass movements inside of this area. So that's a very, very, very important area for us, for our supply and demand. There's always some type of mass movement whenever we get to that area. So that's exactly what we're seeing now. Hopefully we can actually get up there, and it looks like we are going to end up getting up to that area, and then we're going to see that price increase for baby Doge effortlessly. So that should be nice. Or we could get rejected. So we'll see. I think we're going to be good, though, because typically with the chart private indicators, once we hit the discounted price point, we typically do recover. Hopefully we do recover, though. We're going to have to wait and see. Now, that's just the 15-minute chart. For the 4-hour chart here, it kind of looks the same. But if I were to do a technical looking at the 4-hour chart, I would argue that, yes, we could increase in our price, but then we can immediately go right back down and then break this and end up going down to that discounted price point at 8Z 1800. So looking at it from the 4-hour chart, I do think that we might end up at 8Z 1800, even though I think we're about to go up now. I think we may just pull back and it's just going to be short-lived. So just being honest with you guys there. And like I said, I trade, and this is why I trade baby Doge, because it's very volatile and it does not hold for some reason. It just does not hold its prices. So it just doesn't, and it's been doing it for a while. And that's why I decided I'm just going to trade it, because, it's what it does. So if we do what I expect us to do right now is maybe we don't go all the way up here to the top of this wedge pattern. Maybe we just go halfway like we did before, and then it pulls back down. That's what I'm expecting for Baby Doge for right now. So, like I said, I'm just gonna let this go up a little bit. I would like to see it hit that premium price point, but if I see even the slightest pullback once we get to the top of this wedge, if we can get to the top of this wedge, if I even see the slightest pullback at this area, 8C 2500, if I see it going anywhere close to 8C 2400 down there, close to 23, then I'm just gonna end up not even cutting the loss, but realizing the gains around this area if I see the slightest pullback there. But if it keeps going, then I'll wait till it hits 8Z30 at that Fibonacci retracement, and then I'll sell. But we'll have to wait and see. And that's just what I'm seeing right now with Baby Doge. So all's well there. All is well over there. So now next is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now increasing in price because it is also hit its discounted price point on that 15-minute chart. So not only has it hit that discounted price point, and why do I call it the discounted price point? Well, that's because the automated trading indicators with Chart Prime calls it the discounted price point. And that's also where we had massive resistance all the way back here around the 4th of November. Like before we got into the high 90Ks, we had pretty big resistance back there before we got into the high 90Ks. So only makes it right that that's where it is now. That's why you're seeing the increase in price. Also because you can see that it's crossed down here at the bottom of the Stoch RSI. So you can actually see since the Stoch RSI is crossed at the bottom, it's actually increasing now to the top. So it's going to be rising and the price will rise with the RSI. So we will see some good gains. Like I say all the time, when the RSI crosses, it always goes up. Well, almost always goes up. Crosses, goes up. And then you can see some more instances where it's done the same thing, but didn't go up as much as expected. But you can always see some type of increase when the RSI does cross. Like here, it hit the bottom, and then it crossed, and then it went up just a little bit, but then it went right back down. So we could see the same thing happening again inside of Bitcoin, or not, maybe, I don't know. But something's going to happen. We're going to get some type of increase. Now, whether it goes up to 92, 93K and then gets rejected, that is completely up to, I don't know, the Bitcoin gods, if you want to say. But there is going to be a slight increase right here. But whether or not we get rejected and keep going, we'll see. But yeah, that's another good trade right there. A little short-term trade. Like I say, I scalp. I like scalping the market. So that's what I'm really focused on doing right now. Now, looking over here from a different perspective, we can see here from the 4-hour chart, we've hit that premium price point. We got rejected, almost 100K. And now we're back at that critical resistance that we once had that is now our support. So that critical resistance then becomes our critical support. The RSI still hasn't crossed yet on the 4-hour chart, but it may just do that and it may continue to rise. So we may see a recovery. And if not, then what we can expect for the next price point for Bitcoin would be to pull back down to that equilibrium price around 80K. So from 82 to 84K, I think we could see Bitcoin pulling back to there if that pump doesn't work. If that pump doesn't work and it doesn't keep going, then we'll pull back. But if it does work and we go above 100K, we're going to see 120K coming in pretty quickly. So that's what we're looking for here when it comes to Bitcoin. Yep. And then eventually, let's say it keeps going down. If it does hit 80K and it keeps going down and it goes below 80K, then we're going to be expecting anywhere between 68K and 65K. So that is actually where we were stuck at for the longest time. So it only makes it right if we go back down to those levels and then kind of stay there for a while. And yeah, when I was tracking Bitcoin, those were some critical levels right there. Let me put it on the daily chart. Like those were really critical price points there. And we were there for a pretty long time. So from pretty much the beginning of the year till now, we were trading between that range. From late February, let's just say March, all the way until the beginning, the end of October, pretty much, and the beginning of November, we were trading in that price range. So that price range was a very critical range. And that's why I say that it's possible that we drop down to right before that price range. But there is always the possibility that we go down a little bit lower if we reach the top of our market. But look, a lot of these bear traps happen. A lot of these bull traps happen and bear traps happen. Look, we had a bear trap, right? We had a bear trap back here. People are like, "Oh no, Bitcoin's not going to recover after this." So they're like, "All right, we struggled to try to get past 70K. We struggled, and then we pulled all the way back down to 50K." People are like, "You know what? It's probably going to keep going." But nope, it just kept going up, 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 and up. So that was the bear trap. Well, now what you could see is, well, no, that was the bull trap. Now what you could see is the bear trap, right? We could end up going down to those discounted prices, and it could trap the bears at the bottom. I don't think it's going to go all the way down to 50K right now. Honestly, I think the equilibrium price is the more better price point to wait for, like the 70K range. Like if we are to really pull back hard, I think 70K is fair. 50K, I think you're being too pessimistic if you think that is going to be like immediately. But we did run up a lot in such a short period of time, so it's hard to say. Anyways, this is all I got for y'all today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. And check out the link in the description for Chart Prime, the best trading indicators in history. So definitely go ahead and check that out. And hey, like I said, Baby Doge is going to be rising right now. You're going to be seeing some nice gains. So prepare for that. But those gains could quite well be short lived. So also prepare for that as well. But this is all I got for you all today. As always, I'll be back with another video.